Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
During quarantine, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
It didn't take long for us to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most are the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us on the very first Credit Score spinoff, Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due. Hello. Hello! Introducing a show like Mrs. Doubtfire is always a good way to kick it off.
Hello, dearie.
Hello! I'm going to do that from now on.
I like how earlier today we were like, tone-wise, we just wanted to be like you and me chatting. First line, you're like, hello and welcome to Credit Score.
I went into full radio disc jockey mode. I start playing all these sound effects. Ooga!
Gene would like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have totally been that like cute boy at the like college radio station. Was that you?
No, I probably wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Before I went to college, and then it's not as glamorous as it sounds in your head. You're like, you have
alone.
To, yeah, you get in there, yeah, and like you can do the 1 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. shifts, and you're like, no, thanks, that's all right. I'm gonna pass. I don't want to play Fleetwood Mac albums that badly. I don't even know if I was listening to Fleetwood Mac back then.
I'm sure you were.
Anyway, welcome everybody to the sequel to episode 1. That works. Episode 2 is the sequel to episode 1.
Yeah, that's not right.
And why?
Because now
every single
sequel? No, what's a third thing?
It's a sequel.
No.
And then they're a trilogy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think this is wrong.
They're all sequels. So like they become a franchise, but every like Fast and the Furious, that's the first one I go to is Fast and the Furious for some reason. Everyone is a sequel from the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
But I feel like if we looked up the Latin terminology of sequel, it would have second in it.
Is sequel a Latin word?
I don't know. Just like the root word.
This is exactly a language
what I
podcast
don't want to be talking about, by the way.
That lovely voice over there is Skylar Harrison.
Oh, I'm introducing you now.
Yeah, it just happened that way.
Okay. And that over there is Max with the Linda socks on.
We're wearing our if you listen to last week's episode, we were wearing Bob's Burgers character socks. Yeah, and I've got Linda on my feet right now, and you've got
Tina, which we tried to put on Biscuit to get a photo.
Biscuit, our dog, is sitting next to
afternoon.
You on the couch, of course, because he's a member of this podcast, and he did not want to wear the Bob's Burgers socks.
Oh, he's got a little.
He was trying a little runny nose
right there.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Gene.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, our relationship is very Linda Jean. He can do no wrong in my book.
So for those of you that are new here, which is very possible that you're new here because this is only our second episode.
And you should always start with the sequel.
Always. You start with the sequel, then you go back, and episode 1 is the prequel.
Okay. That sounds like an author just trying to milk a franchise real hard.
You and I want to milk this franchise for as long as we possibly can, to be honest.
That's true. Max and I were taking a walk the other day, and I was like, but one day we're going to run out of episodes. And I got really sad because I just want to talk about Bob's Burgers all the time.
We've got so many episodes ahead of us. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon.
This relationship might run out before the episodes.
It's very possible, and all of the listeners will be here to witness it.
You come on in a couple months.
Just depressed.
Hi, it's Max.
I'm depressed. I would sound like I would broadcasting at 1:30 a.m. and just like, anyway, here's the Fleetwood Mac album that they recorded while they were all breaking up.
Very Ira Glass right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go through, we're going, as you know, episode by episode, the end credit sequences to Bob's Burgers. And today, as we discussed last week, they're fairly generic through the first season. But today is when we start getting some changes and we start seeing the crew of Bob's Burgers having some fun with the end credits. which were already
Yes.
fun to begin with.
Yes. I'm just going to say yes because I didn't do my homework
That's okay.
this week.
That's okay. I did some for us.
Okay, so thank you, Max. Yeah, so are we looking at some music changes?
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it starts.
Okay.
It starts with music changes, little kind of tweaks to the original theme to suit what the plot of the episode was about before we start seeing a lot of different changes that have to do with the episode. So
Cool.
yeah.
Exciting.
So as I said, we're doing so because they're so simple, we're doing 2 episodes at a time to begin with. So today we're doing episodes 3 and 4
Yes.
of season 1.
Yes.
Okay. So before we get into those episodes, Skylar and I have a fun little game we like to play called Bob Pun or Max Pun. As fans of the show know, Bob has to come up with burger puns for every burger of the day. And as people who listen to episode 1 know, I love puns. And so I am here to test Skylar. She does not know which one are Bob puns or which one are Max puns. And let's see if she can guess who wrote the pun.
Right. But I would like to state for the record that I am 4 for O. Is that how you say it, like sports terms?
4 and 0.
4 and O.
4, I guess 4 for O works. It's more like O for 4. Are you ready for your first pun?
I am.
Okay. The first pun is sugar pie honey lunch burger.
That is so a Max.
God, see, the problem is you're going to get these all the time.
I'm just like so charmed by your humor. I just know when it's there.
This is my, if the Bob's creators are listening and they just want to hire someone for a lot of money to just come up with the puns for them instead of write entire scripts, come talk to me.
I feel like they might take you up on that offer because can't you just imagine like you finally finish writing an episode, you're like, God damn it, I have to write 2 puns for the intro credits, 2 burgers of the day. I would just die.
You forgot and it's the very end and you work so hard on the script.
I have a really good one for Halloween. Maybe I'll pitch it in our Halloween episode.
I'll save it because it is a really good one.
Okay.
And if they end up doing it in the upcoming season, you'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, that's why we have to get it on record now.
Right. Okay. We'll try. The next one is the Mona Pizza Burger.
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Bob's, but I think I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Yes, yeah! I stumped her. That is a Max.
Always go with your intuition. The reason I should have known that wasn't Bob's was because, like, I guess you could do a pizza burger. Is that the pun?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But why wouldn't it be Bob's?
I just don't think that's his style.
He wants to...
It's more like an ingredient.
He wants to be as non-Jimmy Pesto as possible.
Exactly.
He refuses to have anything Italian.
Oh, I knew it. Okay.
The next one is the Leonardo DiCaprio burger.
Damn it. I really think this is you. Can you say it again?
The Leonardo DiCaprio burger.
Like paprika?
Yeah.
Oh, you would never use paprika. So that's Bob's.
That is a Max.
No!
Oh, this is so much better. I'm winning.
My ego.
I'm winning. Okay.
Last week I was like so fast, so sure of myself.
Well, see, and you challenged me and I said, okay, I need to try and get a little less obvious about it.
Yeah, you're channeling Bob a little bit more.
I did a little bit of research. I looked through some of their burgers, and I just said, how does Bob do it? And I'm trying to channel Bob a little bit more.
You're method acting.
Because I don't think that Leonardo DiCaprio is that good.
No, and I don't want to eat it.
It doesn't make you think of paprika immediately.
Wait, so that was you? The only reason why I thought it might be you is that I like pop culture wise, I feel like if Leonardo DiCaprio was in a movie, he would have gone with the movie title. Like, I haven't really seen him do just like a celeb.
Yeah, there's a few here and there, I think. But,
yeah. Okay, let's go. One more chance.
And the last one is the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot zucchini burger.
I have to admit, I know that is from the show.
Okay, because you saw it in your recipe book that you have?
Yeah,
okay.
But I've stopped looking at those. I only know, and I don't even know the title of the pickle burger that we're doing in honor of the season 11 premiere. I don't even know the title. but I know what's on the burger.
Skylar and I, as we mentioned in the first episode, are obsessed with all things Bob's Burger now, and we've got everything, including a recipe book for a lot of the burgers on the show that they released.
Right. So we went through them all, and we picked one for the season 11 premiere, and it's like one with fried pickles, and it just sounds disgustingly delicious.
Oh, I can't wait to try it. All right, so should we get a little title and synopsis for episode 3 before we listen to the end credits?
Yes. All right, so episode 3 is Sacred Cow. When a controversial filmmaker places a live cow outside the family restaurant to make a statement, Bob is livid, especially when the cow starts to scare away customers. However, to everyone's surprise, Bob starts to treat the cow like a member of the family.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna get married.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the episode. So should we just get into these?
I can tell you really like this episode.
It was not my favorite.
Yeah,
It was not my favorite. I had liked the one before it so much after not liking the pilot all that much.
Right. I think the first one where I'm like, okay, sign me up for this show completely is going to be next week's episode.
Right. Okay. And so this one, Sacred Cow, was written by Nora Smith and was directed by Jennifer Coyle. So
Cool.
if they came up with the puns if Nora came up with the puns in this episode, nice work, Nora. I don't know what they were, but I just love the puns.
Me either.
All right, let's take a look at these end credits. Or if you're listening, listen to them. I'm going to play the last little clip before we get into the end credits. So basically what happened was the cow, after saving it, ended up almost getting hit by a car and then dying from a heart attack.
Yeah.
Here's the banner! Here comes the banner!
I humbly call this the Rest in Peas burger. Because it comes with snap peas and carrots. Thank you.
All right, funeral people. It's time to party!
I'm going to pause it there for a second because we already have a big change.
We have huge changes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, okay. So the end of the episodes is Gene playing his keyboard.
Funeral.
Yeah, his funeral
party
bop.
tune.
Yeah.
His funeral box.
His funeral bop with his little dog barks, which will eventually come into the opening credits, which we're missing currently in the first season.
Yep.
Love that little bark noise.
Love it. Iconic.
I would play that in my boring early morning college DJ radio station all the time if I had one.
But would you use it for your personal funeral bop? Should I be taking notes?
Yes. When I die, please play this exact song. Or maybe I'll select a few other Bob's end credit songs and play them at my funeral.
Okay.
With no explanation.
That's key.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my my Gene Belcher painted casket.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. So we see the general end credit sequence of Bob, Louise, and Tina getting the burgers ready.
Yep, in the black and white kitchen, and the characters are still in color. Aesthetically, everything is still the same.
Mm-hmm. And then Gene comes in a lot sooner from the halfway point of the screen, not from the complete other side of the screen, which we saw in our first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is bopping with his keyboard. He's not in his burger suit anymore. And he goes and stands in front of his family and starts dancing while hitting some buttons on the keyboard.
Yes, he is in the center of the kitchen.
Yeah.
I really could watch this all day.
It's so good.
Oh.
So we've got a few different moves. Gene really gets into it. He dances a lot like me, I feel like.
Yes.
So his first move
Wait,
is
hold on.
Yeah.
Time out.
God. Is this Max dance story coming?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So Max and I have been dating for almost 8 years. I mean, some of that was off and on. That's a whole other story.
That's not for the Bob's podcast. That's for our relationship podcast.
For our
That's our
therapist.
therapy podcast,
Yeah.
yes.
So I've known him a very long time. And then quarantine started, and we got invited to a lot of like a birthday dance party, and like Max is a very shy, reserved person in social settings. Like he's very like buttoned up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were invited to this Skype birthday party, and Max just like transformed into Gene. Like he was like pushing me out of the frame. He was jumping on the sofa. Like you just went all out, and I had never seen that side of you.
Well, first of all, number one is that we were all dancing to
Whitney Houston,
I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah, you did not want to dance with me. You
That song does it to me. I need to be alone. I'm like Jimmy Pesto Jr.
Yes!
When it comes to dancing to that song.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I just need to be in my own head, in my own space, grooving to that song.
Your inner Jimmy Jr.
Yeah, but that's also the thing about, by the way, introverts and like Zoom and stuff, is that it's a different experience than being in an actual room with people. You feel a little less vulnerable being in your own home, even though people can see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
See, when I thought you were going to tell a story about a dance, I thought you were going to talk about my avoidance.
Oh, shit.
Which is whenever Skylar wants to talk to me about something serious, I do a little dance that she calls my avoidance. Because it's how I avoid having to have those tough conversations.
Yeah, speaking of vulnerability, if I ask Max something serious, and this is in couples therapy too, he will just use humor to deflect. And it really sucks because he's really freaking funny. So most of the time we're having an intimate moment and I'm sharing something and I need him to respond authentically to me, but his jokes are so funny. They always make me crack.
The avoidance always works.
Do you want to explain kind of what the avoidance looks like?
It's both of my palms are placed firmly on my buttocks.
Yes.
And then I take steps like forward with my long steps forward with my legs.
Turned out,
yeah. And
chest is like
chest out, not too much movement on top. It's mostly the legs.
It's like very regal up top, like
very,
royalty.
Yeah, it's business on top, party in the bottom. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the avoidance. If you want to do it at home, moving forward, it's great. It's a good way to get out of all sorts of conversations.
Yep.
Like this one. If you want to do an avoidance right now, Skylar, go ahead.
I'm all strapped in here. I can't.
So let's talk about some of these dance moves real quick that Gene does. The first one, he holds his finger kind of like up to the sky while he's listening and he's shaking his hips.
Yeah, but it's kind of like back, forward and back.
There is some pelvic thrusting, definitely.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, his belly is so adorable. His belly jiggle as he's dancing is so adorable.
It's great. And at one point, his finger comes over to like hit the little barking noise
on his keyboard.
And then the next move he did, I think he was kind of like doing like hands out type thing, like almost like
the Social Network dance move.
Yeah, like what's his name, Andrew Garfield in the Social Network
Hawaiian,
at the Hawaiian scene.
Yeah. By the way, that is the best dance move if you feel awkward on the dance floor. It's kind of like you put your palms up, like you're carrying two pizzas, and then you do this like, "What'd you just say?"
Yeah, it's the second best to the avoidance.
Right.
Yeah. And then he jumps. He does like a jump and turns around to shake his butt to us. And he's now facing, because all the family members' backs are to us. So now he's facing the same way as his family members. And he's shaking his butt. At some point during all this, Linda made her appearance in the window to pick up the burger that they were preparing. And let's just watch the end of it here.
He just flipped around and he's doing the like YMCA point.
Yeah. He does a little jump. Points, still doing the like pelvic thrust while he's kind of like, it's like, what is it, YMCA? Go Grease Lightning, maybe?
Go Grease Lightning, that's what it is. Yeah. I just knew it was like I was in middle school in a gym at like a sock hop. That's where it took me.
Yeah, very common for that era, I guess. Although those two don't go in the same era. When did YMCA come out?
I don't mean like era-wise, but just like those are the kind of songs they play at those school dances. Mm-hmm. Or like bar mitzvahs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or weddings.
Yeah. We're not going to do that.
No.
We're going to be like
it's not gonna, no, we're saving this music for my funeral, not for
the real important event.
Yes. Okay, so those are the end credits to Sacred Cow.
Yes.
We didn't do this last week because we forgot that it was a segment. but we are going to pick our favorite moment of the end credits and our least favorite moment.
Okay.
What was your favorite moment of those end credits there?
Oh, man. I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed all of Gene's dance moves.
If you had to pick one of them?
If I had to pick one, I like when he jumps and shows us his booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts shaking his booty dust.
Yeah.
I like that one too. And I'd say the finger point is fun too, just at the end. Because I feel like he was, when we were watching it just now, I felt like he was done doing moves. Like the last move we were going to get was the booty shake.
Yeah.
And then it's like a surprise little special.
Exactly.
Like, oh, he did another little move there. Great.
I'm with you. I'm changing my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Least favorite moment?
I mean, do I have to have one?
No, I mean, we love this show so much. It's so hard to pick something, but if you could pick something.
Can I pick, I think it would have been cuter to have the other characters maybe doing something.
Right. And I feel like that's where they slowly start to do that too.
Yeah.
I kind of reach a point, and we'll talk about this as we get further into these credits, but where I'm like, I don't want them to do too much outside of the kitchen. Like I like the generic sequence with little pepper.
Right, we like the familiarity.
Sprinkles of a little bit of different things that have to do with the episode. Eventually the sequences, a lot of them go completely out of the kitchen.
I know, we were after 9 seasons of loving these end credits, season 10, they take us out of the kitchen, and we were just not emotionally prepared for that. And they start creating songs.
Which are great.
They are great, but take me to the kitchen.
Okay, and now we have to score these end credits. Our scoring system, if you are listening for the first time, is we score on 1 to 10 H's at the end of a Tina one of Tina's uhs. Skylar, on a scale of 1 to 10, H's.
Okay, but I still have my same question. Is this knowing how good they get, or just focusing on this? Because I'm going to give this an 8.5.
Let's focus on this for now. We're going to be all across the board as we go through this. An 8.5?
Yeah.
And it could, you know what? Even knowing how good they get, these were great. And I'm with you. I'm right there at 8.5 with you. 8.5 H's.
I might give it a 9.
Okay.
No, I'll do 8.5 so we don't have to do math.
8.5 H's for episode 3, Sacred Cow, end credits sequence.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I would just like to say that I think this foreshadows something. I really thought Tina was my favorite character, but now that I've watched the whole 10 seasons, Gene just gets stuck in my heart. So some foreshadowing there.
The beauty of the show is I know Gene is my favorite, but they do all have these moments where they win you over and you're like, maybe this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe that one's my favorite. So the next episode is episode 4. And Skylar, do you want to read the title and synopsis?
Yes. All right. Title is Sexy Dance Fighting. Avoidance-ish-esque avoidance.
Well, if we're fighting, I break out a sexy dance, kind of, and that's it.
That is how you work in relationships. So, all right. When Tina develops a crush on the new martial arts instructor, she joins the class and ends up shirking her responsibilities at the restaurant. Bob finds out what's going on and decides to take matters into his own hands.
Okay, and that episode was written by Stephen Davis and Kelvin Yu and was directed by Anthony Chun. This one also not my favorite episode.
Not my favorite episode. I will say, though, it's one of the episodes where Bob grows on me when he decides he's going to fight the instructor. And I don't know. I just think as a parent, to put yourself in a vulnerable position, and he keeps getting knocked down on his ass, and to see your parents vulnerable
and
is
pooping himself too.
Yeah.
That's
the ultimate vulnerability.
Yeah.
Was so endearing to me. And then when Tina starts cheering for him, that was one of my first moments where I could start to see the bonds of the kids and with their parents, which I really liked, because Bob's been a little gruff in the first 4 episodes for me. Yeah, and true. This one is where he wants her to be working with him because she's his oldest daughter, and she wants to go do this sexy dance fighting, and I think it's capoeira. Yeah. What were you chanting all week? And I was like, what are you doing? The character when he's fighting
just like he shakes his hair around a lot, and he does like a side by side thing, and he says like Brazil, capoeira. He yells this stuff out. It's really weird. Yeah, but like we're gonna play this end clip, and Tina, instead of running off with Gina and Louise, I think they want to go like see a dead seal at the beach or something like that.
Yeah, they want to poke it. Yeah.
She decides to like stay with her dad and be with her dad. So yeah, it's those moments we were talking about where it starts to get some heart to it.
Some emotional arcs. Yeah. Wait, is how do you say it?
Capoeira?
Is that a real
It is.
art form?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's like some type of Brazilian or like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it is like a dance fighting type thing. Let's get into those end credits now.
Okay.
We'll play the last few minutes or last moment.
I like dead seals, but I think I'm going to stay here instead. I'm actually having fun at work today. Besides, it's our father-daughter time.
Aww. Sucker!
Gene, run.
Run, 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 run! To the seal!
Right now we have just the classic credits. Nothing has changed at all.
Yeah, it's exactly like we saw, except for that music.
Yes.
The music is kind of like a Latin infused version of the theme. I think the theme. Mm-hmm. Can you hear the theme in there? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's listen a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Louise is getting the burger placed on her plate, and she's handing it to her mom in the prep window. And Gene is back in his burger suit, crossing all the way over across the screen. And those are those credits.
I mean, I'm going below an 8.5.
I'm going below an 8.5 for this one too. But first we have to pick our favorite and least favorite moments.
Okay, I'm going to go favorite. Mm-hmm. And the little scene, the last scene doesn't count, right?
The last scene doesn't count.
Okay. I will never let this go, how endearing I find it that Louise is on her tiptoes. So that's going to be my favorite again.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
And my favorite again, I think this is my favorite, was Gene's little slow walk in his burger suit. But I do also like the Bob butt scratches.
Yeah, that's so dad.
It's such a dad thing, like just scratching your butt. And, it's a restaurant, man. Like, you should not be scratching your butt, no matter how itchy it is, right? It's, no one can see you. It's fine, but it's still a little gross.
Okay. Okay. What are you supposed to do if you have an itch on your butt? He's there all day.
I don't know. Wash your hands after.
Over your pants?
Yeah, I guess it's okay.
Okay, wash your hands, people.
We're also in the middle of COVID too, so I'm very touching anything. I need extra hand washing.
Yes.
And your least favorite moment, Skylar?
I would just say the credits from the previous episode were so good. I was really excited, maybe a dead seal would come flopping out or something, or it could be a Tina-centric credits, and we didn't get that. It was a little let down for me.
I'm with you. I feel like we were teased a little bit in the last one, and I was like, oh, so these are going to get a lot more elaborate kind of as they go on, because we saw Gene partying and stuff. And it's weird because I feel like as we go through, they kind of start to, and then they come back to their originals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll see when we go through them.
Oh, man.
But yeah, music's fun, though.
The music is fun.
I like tweaking the theme a bit to make it fit the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So on a scale of 1 to 10 H's in Tina's Oz?
I'm going 5.5.
And that's that for our second episode. Isn't that exciting? We made it.
That's really exciting.
We did another one. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to follow us on social media, we are Bob's Credits, one word, on Twitter, on Instagram. We started a Patreon. We would love for you to support the podcast on there. We've only got one little tier right now, but we will give you shout outs in the show personal thank you messages. And we're hoping to get more tiers on there if there's enough interest. Some bonus episodes we'll do, some, early access to episodes, exclusive merchandise down the road, maybe
some exclusive recipes.
That's too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, please support us on Patreon now if you're really enjoying this podcast. Otherwise, we will see you for our third episode.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, which will be episodes 5 and 6 of season 1.
Yep.
So
is that the halfway mark for the season?
I think so. Yeah.
Exciting.
I think the season was kind of like, we won't get into it right now.
Oh no, it's interesting. I think it's interesting.
I think the season, so the pilot was in August, then the show got picked up for a full run in December. Mm-hmm. And then I think there was like a whole kind of like year, and then the spring, it had like another like half season or something like that. I have to look through it, but something like that.
Because when we started rewatching this, when we started back on season 1, I was so excited because I just love the Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas episodes. You get so many holiday episodes back to back, and I'm a sucker for those, but this season does not have any.
Right, that's missing, and all of their holiday episodes are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last episode in season 1 was in May of 2011. Mm-hmm. And the first episode of season 2 was in March 11th of 2012. So almost a whole year in between.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a little bit of info for you to take the podcast out.
Ew, nerd.
We'll see you guys next week.
Stay saucy.
Stay saucy accidentally, if you listened to our first episode, became Skylar's signing out catchphrase, and I guess we're sticking with it.
I'm just channeling Gene.
I love it.